Hello students, welcome to the video lecture series on electrical installation, maintenance and testing. We have started with unit number 4, the condition monitoring, and we are interested for the transformer. So, you can consider this as the heart of the power system, the transformer, and to do the condition monitoring of the transformer, we have to make sure that all the equipments or all the components or all the parts of the transformer must be condition monitored. So our today's topic of interest is the condition monitoring of the transformer bushings. So the bushing is an insulated device that allows an electrical conductor to pass safely through a ground conducting barrier, such as the case of a transformer or a circuit breaker. So basically you can consider from this definition as insulator is the bushing is an insulating device which is used for making the connection, or you can say that which is used for strengthening or protecting the electrical conductor. So the material which is used for the bushing is the porcelain, though other materials are possible for manufacture of the bushing. So this is the bushing diagram or the bushing picture. So you can consider this is the head bushing, this is the mounting flange, this is the active part, this is the outdoor insulator. So you can consider these as the discs. The ground sleeve is also, you can see, the cast epoxy resin is available, and this part is going to insert inside the electrical equipment. So we are interested for the transformer. So this bushing is installed on the transformer, and from here the electrical conductor is inserted, and at this side it is taken out. So this is the bushing diagram. We are interested for the monitoring of the bushing. So the bushing monitoring or bushing condition monitoring is an important term, as if it fails, entire electrical transformer is under the failure mode. Now, according to the double engineering client questionnaires, the leading cause, that is a 35% of a transformer failure above 100 MVA, is the bushing problems. While most utilities periodically test bushings, there is a solid argument that periodic testing is not enough. Many companies rely on regularly scheduled maintenance testing. For those still relying only on periodic testing, there are some compelling reasons to consider continuous monitoring. If you lose a bushing, it is not necessarily true that the transformer will be damaged beyond repair, but following bushing failure, there is typically some amount of damage. How much should depends on how the bushing failed. So that is a question. A typical bushing failure occurs because the dielectric degrades. So the material which we are using is insulator, or it can be a dielectric, and if it deteriorates, if it loses its property, then one can say that bushing is under the failure condition. If no corrective action is taken out, there will eventually be the internal arcing is possible, which often leads to a violent failure. If the bushing fails at the air end, substation crews have to contend with flying porcelain, which is a real danger to anyone in the substation. Further, those flying pieces of porcelain can damage nearby equipment, most notably other porcelain bushings. If the bushing fails at the oil end, so this is a second, you can consider the failure reason. The oil in the main tank may be contaminated, the transformer coils may be damaged, and or the transformer tank might rupture. And there is always concern about the fire, so it catches the fire easily. Oil, oxygen and arcing are not a good mix. With the luck, the fire will be limited to the oil contained in the bushing. In the worst case scenario, oil from the main tank will also ignite, leading to a major fire and the complete loss of the transformer. So we cannot take the risk if the bushing fails. So where are these bushing used? The answer is in the range of the transformer 23rd kilovolt to 46 kilovolt, sometimes 69 kilovolt to 800 kilovolt. Always we are using the bushings. So you can consider these are the discs which we are using. So they are made up of with the porcelain, and we are interested for measurement of the capacitance C1 between the point of the, you can say, the head of the bushing and before the earth terminal. So that is the C1. The C2 is nothing but after the neutral point or after the ground point and the remaining part. So that is the C2. We are interested for, so let's say this is the high voltage terminal, and let's say this is the earth terminal, and let's say this is the tapping. So C1, C2, C3 and the next part between the tap and we can consider this as the earth, that is called as the C4. Let's say the C equivalent is equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3 plus 1 upon C4. So we can get the value of C equivalent. If one or two insulation layer of bushings are damaged, then the capacitance of that layer will be 0, that is it is shorted. Consider C1, C2, C3, C4 is equal to 2 farad. So the C equivalent becomes 2. So it is 0.5 farad, 1 by 2. If C1 is shorted, only C2, C3, C4 will be in the circuit. The value becomes 1 upon 1.5. So it will give the value 0.66 farad. Now the value is going to change for the capacitance, and it is going to increase from 0.5 to 0.66. This can be the indication of the fault inside the bushing. If we can measure the change in capacitance, we can determine the fault in the insulation layer. From the test terminal, we can do the suitable measurement to determine the fault. I hope you understood the condition monitoring of the bushing, and with the help of this measurement of C1 and C2 periodically, we will identify if there is a fault or if there is a leakage for the bushing is not or is there. In the next class, we will discuss the on-load tap changing transformers facilities available, and the condition monitoring is also needed for this term. Thank you. God bless you all.